Okay, pardon the darkness. We are recording this in the dark because we're walking around in the middle of the night because no one's following us now as they were before. Anyway, my name is Michael Wolf, and this is my companion, Zachary Watson. Say hi.
Hi.
We have just experienced something I don't think anyone ever has experienced. I came to Mexico in 2014 seeking refuge. Came to La Paz, Baja California Sur. Tried to apply for refuge, had a lot of problems, had a fake interview, told me I couldn't apply. And not long after that, I ended up moving into a marina because I was having problems with the gringo sailors here. They're all assholes to me for some reason. We'll talk about that later. And so I found a marina, 2,200 pesos, $110 a month for a marina, man. Wow, damn. So I found it and stayed there. I also found next to it an abandoned boatyard, and I inquired about renting it, and the guy didn't fucking do anything, so, you know. Okay, so a couple years later, Zach joins me, and we decided to go over there and once again try and get the boat fixed so we can get the hell out of town because they're treating us like shit. And go next door, and we go to the public registry, and find the title for the property. Guess who it belongs to? State of Baja California Sur. So we go to them and say, hey, we'd like to use this property. And they say, make a proposal, take some pictures, bring us some information, we'll check it out. We did so, and got threatened by a man who claimed to own the property. We did some investigation and found he could not possibly own the property. It's against Mexican law, for one, and the law is specifically creating this land, which was created out of the sea, stated that it had to be used commercially, and it was actually given as a favor by Max Schwer to his friend Wolfgang Honak in 1998, with no documentation. So we find it 2017, and this guy threatens us, sends us emails threatening us. We have pictures of the guys with guns that actually came over to hand the phone to us to have him threaten us over the phone first, but he was kind enough to repeat those same threats in a few emails under the name of himself, Carsten Honek, and his business, Castor Industrial. So filed a denuncia, all that shit, and hired a lawyer, all that shit. Didn't do any good, of course, because all that shit is here in Mexico. And we decided that since we couldn't rent the boatyard if it goes here, we just go to Guaymas and rent land up there and do it that way. So we go, and guess what? The fucking boat does not run. It will not run. It was gravely damaged by the marina, which had no ground, or, it's not a block, you know, or neutral, actually, in the fucking marina wiring. So it fried my boat. I spoke to the owner and said, hey, well, I'll just use facilities here that you're not using, set them up for myself, and repair my boat here, and be on my merry way. No charge to you, no damage, whatever. And then he comes to me and says, I don't want you out of my marina. And it's because of this property next door. So, go through a whole, actually 2 more years? Yeah, we were there 2 years. The last 6 months we paid rent through the court to this guy. And then one day he, with the help of my attorney, physically removes me from the marina with the help of 4 hired state police under the command of Comandante Camacho. All this is documented elsewhere, but now we come to today. I took possession of this boatyard because I have every right to do so, and it's still abandoned. Is that a hat? No, that's a rock. We're scrounging for clothing so we can disguise ourselves. More on that later. But so we took possession of this on September 6th, I think, about the day or two before Olaf, and had some fun with Olaf. Lost a couple boats, and re-anchored and secured ourselves onto the property on the day of Olaf, September 11th, or 10th, excuse me, 9th, excuse me, whatever. Anyway, I don't remember. It's all documented. So we took possession of the property legally. And we were there for a week until the incidents that are documented in here tell you. But what happened is that, no, we do have to narrate this, so, fuck. I think, yeah, 1 more block. So, where are we? Oh, yeah, so we get on the property, and everything's going okay until I come back from going to storage one morning, and there's someone had jumped over the fence, had cut our lines, and was threatening me on my property. So I go out to my boat, I get some weapons, and I come back and I threaten him off of my property. And he leaves, as he's legally obliged to do so. The way the laws work in Mexico, I have squatters' rights. I have rights to this property because it's abandoned, because people who claim to own it have damaged me, and because it doesn't actually belong to the people who claim to own it. It actually belongs to the federal government, who has also damaged me. So I'm claiming it in the name of the federal government because they damaged me and owe me, and these other people, you have no business on this property. There's nothing to do with you. You've stolen it. So they left, and I think the next day, we noticed they had hired security to watch us, and we went to bed about 1:30, about midnight, and woke up about 1:30, and noticed our lines had been cut. So I sent Zach out to the boat. I stayed on shore just in case. And just in case turned out to be about 8 thugs hired to throw rocks at us and intimidate us, try and get us off the property any fucking way they could. And so they did. And those events are documented. They eventually trapped me in the house with a fire by a guy who, after a guy, I'm going to take a break here shortly because we're here, we can get some food. So, anyway, a guy hopped the fence, came on board, and was screwing around. So I had a legal right to use lethal force against him and use less than lethal force, a practice arrow, shot him apparently, or he got tangled up on the concertina, got injured, had to be pulled out from under the gate, and we'll continue from there because he came back and set the boat on fire and shot me in the house. To be continued.